Did you know that there are secret training slots in Hattrick that will allow you to train more players each week? Check out this video. Hey guys, I'm Uncle Mish, and in this video I will share the secrets of how getting more trainees each week. So the reason behind this is like this: every player could play up to 90 minutes to get full training each week. If you'll play him more than 90 minutes, you will not get extra training. That's why for each training we are using the maximum amount of slots for the trainees. So we would think that you cannot train more than this certain amount of trainees each week, and that's not true. Let's take defensive training for instance. We can train 5 trainees per game, which makes it 10 trainees per week. But 10 is not the maximum amount of trainees that we can use in this training. Using one simple trick, we could actually add more trainees. So this special trick, the secret way of getting more trainees per week, is getting more than 90 minutes of training in a certain match. This could be done using friendlies with cup rules and reaching the extra time. In the extra time, our trainees in the match cannot be trained more than 90 minutes in the game, but we could use substitutions and position swaps, getting the subs the extra training time in the game, and this could amount to a lot. Let me show you how to set up everything. Let's just add our team to the friendly pool. We'll add challenges here, go picking any international game. The venue is not important, but the rules are. That's the most important thing. Set up for cup rules and add your team to the pool. That would be it. Yeah, cool. So we got a match. Now let me show you how to set up your lineup in the right way, and then I'll give you some more tips of how to maximize this technique. I'll go to my matches and to my lineup in this particular match. I will use my 5 main trainees in defensive in the starting lineup, and then I would like to swap my 3 substitutions, and they will get the extra training in this game. It's very important to set up this for the 90-minute mark. I don't want them subbing too early because I want my main trainees to get the full training this week. So 3 substitutions in the 90-minute mark. The other 2 players that I would like to give them the extra 30 minutes of training cannot be swapped because you can only use 3 substitutions. So what you need to do is to let them start in the game, not in a training position, but then in the 90-minute mark you will use them in position swap, like this. Again, set up the position swap for the 90-minute mark, and here you go. You earn yourself 5 more players getting 30 minutes of extra training time. That could be massive if you are skill trading and you only need like a little amount of training to pop the player for the next skill level and sell him. That could be huge. And other than that, it's really cool. You are earning 5 more slots of 30 minutes. You can use actually a more sophisticated technique, not giving the 5 trainees 30 minutes of extra time, but you could actually give an extra player a full 90 minutes of training each week. It's more difficult, and let me show you how to do it right now. Instead of splitting the extra training time between a lot of players, you could actually give it to one player with a full training in this week. As I said, it's more difficult, and let me show you how it's done. We'll just go and try to set up everything from the start. I have my 5 trainees getting the full training, and let's say I would like to give this player the extra training slot. I will let him start the game in the field, but not in a training slot, and then I will use this technique. I will position swap him with a trainee after 30 minutes, and then I will swap the trainee and after 30 minutes he'll be in a different position. So I will swap him with another player after 60 minutes, and let's see what do we have here. So we have the first player that's starting in a non-training position, swapping to a training position after 30 minutes. So if I'll reach the extra time, he'll get the full 90 minutes of training. My other trainee that I gave him the first 30 minutes of the training, he's playing an extra 30 minutes in a non-training position, but then I'm swapping him right back into a training position. He'll get the last 30 minutes and the extra 30 minutes in the extra time to get the full training. And the last player that I've subbed out of the training position after 60 minutes, and in this game that would be Garcia, I will give Garcia another position swap after 90 minutes. So he'll get back into a training slot in the 90 minutes instead of this player, because this one already got the 90 minutes of training. And this way everyone is getting 90 minutes of training. If I'll get and reach the extra time, so I just earned myself another player getting a full 90 minutes training. I used 3 position swaps, so actually if I want I could use 2 substitutions in the 90-minute mark. That's important to get 1 more full training slot and 2 more 30 minutes training. That's it. Let's round everything up with some final tips. The most important thing, you wanna reach those extra minutes. So reach the extra time in your friendlies. Don't forget to set up the friendly being in cup rules. You should both, you and your opponent, play the pressing tactic to press as much attacks as possible. You wanna reach this 0-0 draw at 90 minutes and get to the extra time. Don't forget to set up substitutions as well. Finding a suitable opponent is very important, because if you could find another team that's playing pressing, trying to get as low attack ratings as possible, trying to get as high defense rating as possible, and overall trying to reach this extra time, that will help both of you. If one of you has too strong of attack ratings, try to get this team to lose the midfield, and this way he will not get attacks at all. If you have 2 or maybe 3 teams in the game, your secondary team and your Hattrick international team, and both of them are out of the cup, you could actually play in between your both team. I have done this in my games, and you could see I had 90 games played between my main team and my secondary team. And when I was trying to maximize this technique, I had a lot of games reaching the extra time with both teams getting those extra training slots. In this particular game, let me show you an example. Both teams playing pressing, very low attack ratings, as high as possible defense rating, and yeah, I was reaching extra time in a lot of the games. So that's basically it. You could earn extra training slots, maybe full training slots, maybe a lot of split training slots. You could skill trade with that. You could train more players for your team with that, and just enjoy it. Hope you like this. If you want, you could like and subscribe, but most important thing, just remember, Hattrick is more than a game, it's a community, and I'll definitely see you around.